Leading up to the 2020 elections, is it time that the two major political parties disband these vigilante groups? We're here speaking with the general public to hear what their thoughts are about this. My name is Melissa Awad. This is News Connect for City TV. Stay tuned. Leading up to the 2020 elections, do you think that it is time that the two major political parties disband these vigilante groups? And if so, why?
I think that these vigilante groups should be banned. This is because they are heightening tension in the system. If they are disbanded, I think the peace that we all want, the peace will come. And then the normal police will take up the responsibilities of policing the polling stations rather than the vigilante groups that are in the hood going around attacking people. This could go a long way to bring the peace that we all want.
So you believe that if they are disbanded, that it'll be a positive effect? We'll see more peaceful votings and things of that nature?
Yes. I think that when they are disbanded, people will not be intimidated. They will feel relaxed, come out in their numbers to cast their ballots. And this will help the country in general.
I think Ghanaians are always focused on MPP, NDC, and still they are causing confusion with this vigilante, the secret data force and other things. So I think they should do away with it and ensure peaceful election in upcoming 2020 election.
Whose responsibility is it to secure and police the voting ballots? So far, vigilante groups you see have been around. Like what happened last week for the by-elections, but whose job is it?
These are purely security issues, and I may not be able to give details. But if you look at precedents or what have happened over the years, you can see that it is the duty of the police, together with the other security agencies, who normally see at the polling stations. But I will not be able to give details because these are purely security issues, and people who have been put in charge are supposed to ensure that at the end of the day we enjoy the peace that we enjoy. Because if these vigilantes are going to engage in this activity, they are going to prevent people from coming out to decide as to who we want to lead us. So in terms of who responsibility, I will not be able to give details. Yes.
Looking at these two political parties we have in Ghana here, that's the major one, NPP, NDC. I think talking about these vigilante groups, I think it's supposed to be banned. Because one, we have security, we have our national security, we have the police service, we have immigration. So should in case of anything concerning election, as in protection, then I think the national security should supposed to be the best department or head to enforce such security. So talking about NPP vigilante groups, NDC vigilante groups, for instance, I wouldn't support and I wouldn't give any idea to embark on such, security system or whatever. Yeah.
I think the armed forces and together with the police service can make a peaceful election in 2020. So I think the president, being the chief commander-in-chief of the armed forces, can create something new by ensuring that the police and the armed forces work together to ensure peace in the upcoming election.
Some people are not feeling comfortable to even cast their vote. But you personally, how does it make you feel knowing that such groups are around when it's now time to go and cast your vote? Do you feel secure? How do you feel?
It's not proper. To me, if I'm a voter and I want to go and vote, and at the end of the day, I've seen this every build macho men at the polling station, it will scare me. I don't know what will happen. Should anything happen? Excuse me to say, some people will say that electing leaders, they go there to enjoy. But I think that we elect people that we think they are able to make policies that are going to benefit individual. So if these people are there, it means it is at the end of the day, people who are scared or who feel not protected will not be able to go to the polling station to vote, which at the end of the day is going to affect the type of leader or the kind of leader that we are going to choose to lead us. So these people at polling stations, I think, have the potential to scare people from going to vote or to choose people they think is fit to lead them.
I think this advice will go to the youth, especially to the youth, yeah, especially because if you are being influenced by any political leader to join this vigilante or whatever, then I mean it means you're going to risk your life at the end of the day. Yeah, so I wouldn't support those kinds of vigilante groups of neither of the political parties. Yeah.
Okay, so that being said, following what happened last week at the by-elections, did you follow? You saw what happened. There was some disruption from, okay. So that being said, I mean, how does it make you feel when you know that it's time to vote, you're ready, you made up your mind, and then these certain security personnel that people don't know much about are there that are pretty much causing some intimidation? How does it make you feel? Do you feel comfortable to go and cast your vote?
Looking at what happened last week during the by-election, I think it's something uncalled for because one, it creates fear and panic. Because why should someone goes out from his house or room to go cast his or a vote and there will be this kind of distraction causing fear and panic? So like I am here to say, and one, those security enforcement, I don't know if they are from, because I learned some people saying they are the vigilantes, and I wouldn't support that.
I think it's very important that all the major political parties, especially MPP and NDC, do something about this so-called vigilante. We should allow our security services who are mandated by law to fully take charge of security of this country. We should allow so-called party security to policing the elections. I see a lot of chaos, a lot of chaos, and if you don't take time, we'll plunge this country into a country that nobody would like to speak about. So it's very, very important that immediate measures are taken to totally disband so-called vigilante groups. It is not going to help this country if we should allow it to continue.
And if vigilante groups are disbanded and they are no more, I mean, what do you think will be the effect when it comes to by-elections, elections, people voting? What will be the results?
It will help a lot because these vigilante groups serve as intimidation. They intimidate a lot of people. So if you observe, you will realize that they just ended the by-election at Ayawasu Wogom. The turnout was very low because a lot of people didn't want to come out with a fear that they don't know what this vigilante group might do to them. So if you want to have a lot of people coming out to actually decide who should be their leader, then we should dismantle these vigilante groups to allow people to freely choose who they want to lead the country. Otherwise, it is not going to help because a lot of people are not going to vote because of these vigilante groups. They will be intimidated. So to have free and fair election, all these groups will be dismantled and allow people to fully participate in our democracy.
That's it for another episode of News Connect. My name is Melissa Rawad. This is City TV. Keep watching.